I'm filming on my proper camera, so maybe it'll be better quality, maybe it'll be worse, I don't know. I've got my peach iced tea. It was like full and I was gonna save it for the video, but I got a bit thirsty while I was setting it up, so I'm currently going through a rough spell. I've gotten up, I've gotten dressed, I've done my makeup, I've done my hair, and while I'm feeling okay, I am filming a video because I have like really big news. I'm really worried that it's not recording because all I can see is a camera lens and I'm like scared that it's not actually doing anything. I'm just gonna check. It's still recording. And obviously people on my TikTok and Instagram will already know, but people that are only my YouTube subscribers, I see you and I appreciate you, will not know what my news is yet, so I'm going to get into that today and I'm going to talk about it and explain what's going to happen, what's going on. And also, quite a while ago, my YouTube 100,000 subscriber plaque came. I should have had it about 3 years ago, but that was my own fault, so I only got it like a couple months ago. Woohoo! And I filmed a unboxing video and I've had it like in my draft for ages. But while I'm editing it, a lot of it's not actually that interesting because I was rambling a lot before I opened it. So I'm going to put in that clip at the end, so you kind of get two videos in one, but obviously you all want to hear my big news first, so I'm going to get straight into that. I'm not going to keep you waiting. As you all know, I obviously have a autoimmune disorder called PANDAS, which means that my brain is inflamed. I've been kind of tracking my online journey for a long time now. I actually first started talking about my health issues online in 2018 when it was Musical.ly. And I've used it as a sort of outlet, as like an online diary for the benefit of others, obviously, and also myself. And so a lot of you will know that I've tried different treatments for my PANDAS, for the brain inflammation. It has worked well for a short time. Antibiotics, they work really well for me. They reduce symptoms so much. They reduce my seizures. I can walk while I'm on antibiotics. I don't have any dystonia, no paralysis, no muscle weakness, no seizures. My mood is better, my depression goes away. And then the antibiotics course will finish, and within 3 or 4 days, I'm having seizures every day. My walking isn't good. And so nothing has been long term, and all of this switching from being really good to being really bad again, all of this up and down is exhausting and quite disheartening. I need something longer term. I need something bigger than oral antibiotics and steroids, which is why for quite a long time now we have been looking, sort of keeping it in the background, a treatment called IVIG. IVIG stands for intravenous immunoglobulin, and it is given through an IV, a bit like somebody being on a drip. And essentially the aim of IVIG is to normalise a compromised and unhealthy immune system. My immune system is up. It's not good, it doesn't do what it's supposed to. PANDAS is an autoimmune disease, so I qualify for IVIG. And essentially my big news is that I am going to Poland next week. But don't get too excited just yet because I'm not officially going for treatment next week. But the really exciting news is that things are finally in motion. For like the first time there is some positivity and remission, guys. Remission is a possibility for me. This year, 2023, is my 9th year of having PANDAS. 9 years. My onset was when I was 14. And I'm going to be 23 next month. That's 9 years. Woohoo! Because I was untreated and undiagnosed, misdiagnosed for such a long time, my PANDAS has been allowed to progress into where I am now. And it's not fair. I can't hang out with my friends. I can't be independent. I can't drive. I can't move out. I can't do what a normal 22-year-old, nearly 23-year-old can do. People that I went to school with that are in my year, they've got their own houses. They're being an adult. and I never really have been. I went to Disneyland with Max and Harvey in April. It was so special, I'm never going to forget it, but I'm also never going to forget the days when we were in Disneyland and I was on the floor, seizing, paralysed, with people walking around me and my mum panicking, having no idea what to do. And so because of all this and all of the treatment that I've been on, being so temporary, being such a temporary fix, the only other option left for me now is IVIG. And in the PANDAS world, IVIG is huge. They call it liquid gold. It has had so many good results for people with my condition. There's people that I know that have had IVIG and now they're in remission and they're living their life and they don't have to worry about all the shitty symptoms anymore. All of that sounds like a dream to me. I cannot imagine my life without PANDAS. My PANDAS onset was when I was like so young and still developing, and actually an onset of 14 is actually older than the majority of people that have PANDAS, because it is more common in kids. There's children at the age of 3 that get it. So really for my onset to be 14, that's old. But I was still developing, I was still like learning about life. I can't imagine my life without it. I can't imagine my life without seizures. I just can't imagine any of it. But then I imagine that if I do get to remission, I'm gonna think, oh my god, I can't imagine having seizures every single day. Do you know what I mean? Like you only really realise when you're in it or when you don't have it. Do you know what I mean? So that is my huge news. We are aiming towards IVIG. We've talked about it with my PANDAS doctor here in the UK. Unfortunately, I am unable to get IVIG in the UK. Because PANDAS is known as a paediatric condition, a lot of the doctors that treat PANDAS patients will not help me because I am too old. I am above their age range. Hi! So we tried to talk to someone in the UK who could refer me for IVIG, but sadly he couldn't because I am too old. And it's horrible because yes, I am older and I am an adult with PANDAS, which is rarer, but I still need help. Like it's been 9 years. So we've had to get in contact with a clinic in Poland, and we had a Zoom meeting with him online, and he was so lovely, and it's all finally happening. I'm going to Poland next week. It's so overwhelming because it's happened kind of quickly, but it's all finally like in motion. So I'm not actually getting treatment next week. We are flying to Poland because they want me to have tests done first. So they want me to have blood tests too, because the symptoms that I have, even like the antibiotics should keep me going in between the time when I'm not on them, but they don't. I come off them and within 3 days I'm really sick again. And that's not right, something's not right. And he said that a lot of the symptoms that I have in between show proof that there's some sort of like just ongoing infection in my body. So they're doing bloods because they want to look for things like Lyme's disease, Bartonella, stuff like that. So we're going to see if they find anything, because before I have IVIG, if I have it, it's like 85% certain that I'll have it at the minute, but we need to be 100% sure. Because if they find other infections in my blood, they need to treat that first. Otherwise, the IVIG won't work, is what I've been told. Hi! So we need to double check everything first and see if the bloods show anything. I'm going to keep you guys up to date. Maybe I will even do a Poland vlog next week. I am not too nervous about next week because I'm fine with blood tests. I've had hundreds of them. I've had hundreds of needles poked into my veins over the years. So I'm not nervous about that. I am slightly nervous about flying. It's a 3-hour flight to Poland. I am slightly nervous about that just because a part of my PANDAS is that it gives me really irrational fears and a lot of anxiety, and that's all because of the brain inflammation. So I get a lot of thoughts when I'm doing things like this about crashing into the ocean and we will never be found and all this like horrible stuff that I really don't want to have in my head. So big trips like this are quite overwhelming and scary for me. But once I am in Poland, I'll be fine. And obviously there is the worry. I'm not on any treatment for my PANDAS at the minute, which is why the last few days have been so horrible. I'm filming this early in the day, and while I'm having a good few hours, because I usually decline throughout the day. I feel like appearances can be deceiving sometimes. Hey! We're trying to make it a really nice trip because it is a medical trip, but we can make it into something nicer, you know, so it's just going to be me and my mum. We've got a really nice Airbnb, which is quite close to the hospital, to the clinic. They want me, so we're travelling on the Tuesday, which will be, I don't know when this video will go out, but we're travelling Tuesday the 27th of June, Wednesday the 28th of June, and Thursday the 29th of June is the 2 days that I'm having the tests. And then we've got Tuesday and Friday to explore the area, and there's a beach as well. We're just gonna try and make the trip nice and not too medical. It's the actual trips for IVIG that I'm really scared about. PANDAS gives me really irrational fears about things going into my body. Even food, I get really scared about my throat closing up and being unable to breathe and my tongue swelling up. It's very anxiety provoking, and I have a lot of health anxiety and a lot of health trauma that has just been piling on top of each other over 9 years. I am getting back in touch with my therapist to try and work through some of the health trauma, because I am realising recently how bad it has actually gotten. I don't cope well with my symptoms at all. I really don't. I feel like I'm dying, and it is really horrible and scary and overwhelming, so that is something that I'm going to work through. There is still a pretty big part of treatment which I haven't mentioned yet, and this is kind of where you guys come in. So I'm taking this off of Google so I know that I'm giving you the correct information. But here's a little example of why IVIG is called liquid gold. Each IVIG preparation is made from the pooled plasma of 3,000 to 10,000 blood donors. That's a lot of people, which is the reason why IVIG is so expensive. So I'm paying for everything. I'm paying for the flights to Poland, our accommodation. The tests alone is going to be a lot of money, but the actual IVIG treatment is just off the scale, and it is unfair that we have to pay this much just to be healthy and to have a good quality of life. But that's just the way it is. And I know what people are going to say, but in the UK you get free healthcare. With certain things, yes. The NHS doesn't recognise PANDAS PANS as a real condition. They know all about PANDAS PANS. They really don't know anything. Some children can get it on the NHS, but at my age I can't. And so for one round of IVIG it is £15,000. Sadly, I hate to say it, but I am going to need a little bit of help. So it's £15,000 just for one round of IVIG, and they recommend 6. So in total, if I end up getting the total of 6 rounds, which is the recommendation, I will be paying £90,000 out of pocket. I've talked about it with my parents, and I really didn't want to, but I'm going to have to set up a fundraiser, because like where am I going to get this endless amount of money from? There's no way that I can do it on my own, and this is something that I so desperately need at this point. We don't really have any other option. So at some point I will be setting up a fundraiser. I haven't done it yet. I'm putting it off for as long as I possibly can. I think I'm going to try and somehow pay for the first round of IVIG myself, but I don't even know if I'll be able to afford that after all of the tests next week. And it makes me so extremely uncomfortable and upset to have to ask for this kind of thing, and I hate it. It goes against like me, really. It goes against my personality and like who I am. I don't like doing it. I've made fundraisers for other people, like I've done them for Tegan and I've done them for Peyton, but it feels so different doing it for myself, and I don't like it. It makes me feel really uncomfortable, but like I literally don't have a choice. It's just something that I have to do. Even if all my followers just donated £1, then I would have enough for treatment. I'm not asking people to donate loads and loads of money, because that's not what I want. If you just donated £1 and we had everyone do that, then I would have enough. But I know what money is like at the minute, and everyone is struggling. And I fully understand that not everyone can do this kind of thing, but there are ways that you guys can help me by not even like spending anything. Simply watching my YouTube videos, getting the views up, watching my TikToks, getting the views up on that will all contribute to the revenue that those social medias will give me. And every single penny that I'm getting at the minute is going towards treatment and everything in Poland that's going on. I am so strict with myself at the minute. I'm literally not buying myself anything because I'm nervous and I'm scared about paying for the treatment. I'm so scared that I won't be able to do it when this is what I need, and my you know, I just get so miserable sometimes and I don't cope well with my PANDAS at all. I know it might seem like I do on social media, but I really don't. People always say to me, how are you always so positive with everything you go through? And I'm not. I'm really not. And I know this is going to sound really deep, but my brain information will put thoughts in my head about, I would rather not be here than go through this and go through the symptoms that I have and this feeling in my body. And then I look in the mirror and I see my pupils pulsing and it's scary. It's not like looking at myself. It's not like I'm looking at me. It's like I'm just seeing someone else. I'm just seeing the disease and it's horrible. And I don't want to live like that anymore, so this is our only option now, really. So, but I'm sure that everything will be okay. IVIG has such amazing success rates for people with my condition, so I have a lot of hope. I'm just a very anxious person, so I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Yes, that's my big news. Overall, it is extremely positive. I didn't mean to make it sound so negative. I'm just an anxious person, so I get quite worked up about stuff like this. And it's huge, you know, it is huge. This is like the biggest step in my health journey that there's ever been over the 9 years. And this could be huge for me, so thank you for listening and thank you for all the support. And like, I've just been flooded with love on my TikTok and my Instagram when I sort of announced what's going on. For now, I'm not going to ask you guys for anything, just to watch my videos. That is a big help. And I hate sounding desperate, and I hate sounding like this. I don't like it at all. I'm so uncomfortable. I will start fundraising soon. I'm just like putting it off for now. I think I've said everything that I wanted to. Quite big news, there's quite a lot going on at the minute. I will try and do a little vlog of this trip to Poland. If I end up getting IVIG, I will be taking you guys along with me because I find it really helpful to feel like I'm not on my own. However, I don't know how much I'll be able to film because I don't know how much the treatment, if I get the treatment, is going to knock me out, is going to make me feel sick. I know that there's quite a lot of side effects that are quite common. This trip to Poland next week, I don't think is going to be as draining on my body, so I should be able to do some filming to show you guys whether, I don't know if it'll end up being a full-length video or some shorts. It just depends on how I am on that trip. It is scary travelling when I'm not on any treatment, but they want me on no treatment for the blood tests because obviously they need to see what my blood is like naturally. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned in this video, then please leave them in the comments. I do try and interact quite a bit in the comments, so yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. I'm now going to put in a clip of me unboxing my silver play button because that was a very cool and exciting day and I'm so happy I finally have it now. Here's a clip from a couple months ago and thank you for watching and I will see you guys soon. Oh my god guys, I'm so excited! I do find it quite funny that I'm opening my 100k silver plaque when I'm now at 660k. I don't even know how that happened, to be honest. I don't know if it was my fault or miscommunication, but something went on and it's taken me almost 3 years to get this. I'm so excited. Oh my god, it's like right there. Wait, what if they spelt my name wrong? No, I didn't. Oh my god, you get like a letter. Okay, I'm just gonna look at the letter first. Look guys, you get like a little letter with it. That's so cute. Should I read it out to you? Do you want to hear all that? I don't know, I'm gonna do it anyway. Do you remember your first subscriber? You're 1000th subscriber. Chances are you do, and we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th. I have a massive difficulty with numbers, so I do apologise.
100,000th subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, fans stayed and their numbers increased because of your unique voice and the excitement of being part of the growing community that you established. This is so cute. We are thrilled to see the development of your community and are proud to honour your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations! We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know that your fans can't wait for you to engage and amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your millionth subscriber, we may just write you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Oh my god. And then it's signed from the CEO of YouTube. That is so cute. I never knew you got a letter with it. I've seen people post about their silver plaque, but I never knew you got a little letter. That is so nice. Why am I nervous? Look! Ow. It is so shiny. Oh my god, I can see myself. Oh, my mascara's a little bit. Presented to this chubby hippie for passing 100,000 subscribers. That's so cool. I can't wait to show my dad when he gets home from work. Obviously, I don't have anyone to thank for this except the people watching this and the people who subscribed to me like 3 years ago and the people who are still subscribing now. I know that I'm not the most consistent with YouTube. Maybe when I'm in a better headspace and I'm a bit more healthy, they won't be so difficult, because obviously there was a time when they weren't difficult at all. And genuinely thank you, because without you lot I wouldn't have a platform to use my voice, and like everything that I go through, it is so nice to share it with someone because it genuinely feels like I have loads of friends to talk to, which is so nice. And I know that sounds a bit soppy and a bit sad, but it's true. Having an inflamed brain is the shittiest thing I have ever had to go through. It's not nice, and you need people in your corner, and I have you guys, and genuinely I appreciate you all so much. Thank you guys, and I love you.